Hi, everybody. It's day 24. This is the beginning of a new day, and let's jump right into it. This is the beginning of a new day. God has given me this day to use as I will. I can waste it or use it for good. What I do today is important because I'm exchanging a day of my life for it. When tomorrow comes, this day will be gone forever, leaving in its place something I have traded for it. I want it to be gain, not loss, good, not evil, success, not failure, in order that I shall not regret the price that I have paid for it. So, let's give you a quick rundown. To-dos. I finished the product descriptions, getting those fixed and updated on the website. And I spent some time building out the t-shirt designs for Homes for Heroes big order that they gave me. That was pretty much my time spent last night. So, there's more work to do on the Homes for Heroes order, but made some progress. Update on the Facebook ad that's running right now. I've had 22 total clicks to the website. It's coming in at about 70 cents per click, so keep that in mind if you're doing retail ads on Facebook. If you're crushing that, by the way, and you're watching this video, let me know how you're doing it so I can improve that cost. So 70 cents per click, and the people coming to the website yesterday was a split, basically, of female and male. It's now skewed more female, slightly. I mean, it's not dramatic by any means, but 12 females and 8 males. And age breakouts were slightly skewed younger. It's kind of funny though. They're pretty tight. There's like 9 visitors, 18 to 24, 6 visitors, 25 to 34, and 7 visitors, 35 to 44. So it's not a dramatic difference, which I'm a little surprised by. So that's intriguing. The cost per female versus male is still a little higher. So the trends are not changing too much day over day. But more to come as we keep running this ad, and we'll see how it all transpires. So that was day 3 summary. So day 4 will be interesting. It'll add more data and give us more insight. I have a big thanks to give to Frank, who gave me a sale last night. Frank came in the clutch. I've been on a drought for a few days, so that was really nice to have. So thank you very much, Frank, for going to the store and getting a couple t-shirts, helping us get to our mission and our goal this year. So thank you very much for that. To-dos, I got a laundry list of to-dos. Pick one. I actually like to add a couple of products to the site, but I have so many priorities to do, it's ridiculous right now. So we'll see what comes top of mind and what I have the time and tech to do. So, on that note, I feel as though it is time to get real and have a real conversation about the 23 days that are now past, in time truly dedicated to my side hustle on a daily basis. So I'm about to get real. And working a side hustle while you're working a full-time job is hard. Period. It is hard. And I'm going to pull something from a favorite movie of mine, A League of Their Own. If you haven't watched it, check it out. It's a great story. Tom Hanks' character says to the main ball player, it's supposed to be hard. If it wasn't hard, everybody would do it. And I love that quote, and it is incredibly applicable to deciding to do a side hustle. If you remember that, because working a flippin' side hustle is hard. There is nothing easy about it. So, I'm going to take a little time here to just break down what makes it challenging. But the reality is, the positive spin on it is, it's supposed to be hard. That's why only some people do it. And there are only why some people are successful in doing it. So I built True My Identity. I launched True My Identity legitimately as far as beginning to work on the business back in February of 2019. So I am almost up on a full year of time since I planted the seed of True My Identity. Meaning I filed for tax stuff, I filed with the state, I filed with the federal government, I got all my legal stuff in place for my LLC. I bought my website domain, I bought my hosting, I bought my Shopify account so I could build out my website. And then it branched into building out social profile accounts and making sure that I was establishing or owning the True My Identity name on all platforms where possible. So I wasn't going to lose that. Once I had figured out the name, I wasn't going to lose that. And it took a while to figure out the name I was going to name my company. So that alone, coming up with the name and what the hell I was going to do and what I was going to put on my website, I mean, that was months. That took me months to figure out. Just the name alone took a few weeks. Nah, probably even longer than that. I bet it took probably a month and a half for me to really come to a place where I was happy on a name. So that was a long ass process. It took, and that was just me and my brain, just spending too much time thinking and thinking and thinking. And literally when I came to the name of True My Identity, I told Sarah, I was like, I'm really struggling to figure out, my wife. I told Sarah, I was like, I'm really struggling with what to really call this. And here's what I'm thinking. And this is what I'm trying to get to. And blah, blah, blah. And I kid you not, how it came to be was I was going to the bathroom. She walked by the bathroom and said, what about True My Identity? That's how it came to be. After months of just contemplating, how can I present this company in a way that I'm going to be satisfied? So it literally was a brief conversation and a drive-by comment on how this name came to be. And I loved it. I fell in love with it immediately, and I jumped on it. So I probably owe everything to Sarah as far as the name of this company. But that's how it came to be, and that was the ridiculous process and the ridiculous amount of time that it took to come to that conclusion. And then I began the process of actually going through and doing the due diligence to build the business so I could actually make the business happen. So, I mean, and then I started building a plan. So, figure out the name, go through all the legal stuff, establish your profiles online, and then build a plan. So I built a plan, and that was probably April, May 2019 timeframe, where I started to put pen to paper and really draw out what this looks like from a positioning and communication standpoint. And it's t-shirts. It's not rocket science. But at the same time, I needed to better understand how I was going to present the brand. I needed it. Because if I didn't understand it, and if I was being inconsistent with it, I wasn't going to be able to communicate very well with other people. So I started out with the plan. I started looking at the business from a positioning standpoint, brand standpoint. I also wanted to see how it was going to look just in the industry, meaning the apparel industry, and what t-shirts looked like. So I started pulling up, public data on how big is this market? What's the potential of this market? And I looked at Love Your Melon, who was doing the same donation model. And so I did a lot of research, and I figured out how I wanted to put this all together, and that took time, that took effort. And the plan that I built it's still pretty solid. I mean, I haven't strayed from it very much. But the only thing that I've strayed from is my timeline. Well, and that's to be considered, considering it's tough to really define a timeline that can be applied to a side hustle, because it's a side hustle. So Your time spent on a side hustle is dependent upon everything else in your life. Whereas if you're working your own business all day, every day, then timelines might be a little more realistic. Even then, it's still challenging. But I had set benchmarks, quarterly benchmarks of where I wanted to be with products on my site and products I wanted to introduce to my site. Did not happen. That timeline blew up 3 months in. So, and it was basically because of time, and it wasn't just all time. I'll be honest. There was fear involved. There was fear of failure involved on my part. And that is another big part of working a side hustle. Constant fear, constant doubt, constant second guessing. Is this really the right way to do this? And I think that comes from another hindrance, which is you don't have all the knowledge and you don't have all the skills on how to do things the best way. So you're learning on the fly. So there's the issue of time, availability, and distractions. I mean, time, availability, and distractions is a big deal because you only have so much. Like I'm working on right now on my side hustle. On an average day, I get the morning I get up early in the morning, and I start from 5 a.m. Until I have to get ready for work at 8 a.m. So, well, sometimes I even get some workouts in, right? But even that's getting cut short. So 2 to 3 hours in the morning, every morning, I get that. And that's primarily to do this video and post it to social and maybe tinker on the website a little bit or some other side projects I need to work on. Then I get an hour at night, maybe an hour, solid hour. So we're talking 2 to 3 hours a day. That's it. And if there's anything else going on or if there's anything else I need to deal with, I don't even get that much. So there isn't a ton that I'm able to accomplish. And if I don't have the skill set to do that effectively, quickly, then I have to learn it. So then you have to apply the time to learning it. And that's not getting things done for your business. You could hire it out, but then you're paying money. I don't have money. I don't have any money. I have $600 budget for the whole year, and I need those dollars to drive traffic to my website. So I'm pretty much doing this on my own. I have Sarah to help me with design, which is extreme help. But that's pretty much it. So time is a big deal, and finding the focus during that time is a big deal. I'm working at home, and I have a 3-year-old, and sometimes he wants to play when I'm trying to do something. Those distractions happen quite often. So it's not always focused, constructive time either. So you have that to deal with. Time, knowledge, or lack of skills, and money. So lack of money. Those are all 3 real obstacles for a side hustler. That makes it challenging, and it stretches things out on your calendar, and it makes it challenging to get things done. So on day 24, right, or day 23, yeah, this is day 24, I have a laundry list of things that I want to get done, and I'm struggling with the fact that I'm not able to get them done fast enough. And I'm looking at the goal that I set at the beginning of the year, and I'm just like, God, I'm already 3 weeks into I'm over 3 weeks in right now, and that means I have less than 50 weeks to get to my goal. And if I'm going to be only producing what I'm able to produce right now, I don't know if that's possible. That's what I'm thinking right now. And I'm only 3 weeks in. I mean, come on, cut yourself some slack, right? It's going to continue to grow and blah, 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 right? That's the thinking. But you can, as most people, and I know I'm most people, look at that other side, though. Look at that, oh my gosh, I still have so much to do, and I only have so much time to get done, right? Then you have well, let me go back to the story. So I was back in, so that was May. So presented the plan to Bob and Seth because we were on this mission to do side hustles, and they loved it, and everything was great, and so on and so forth. And then I just focused on putting products on the site. And then I must have gotten down on myself, or I must have started doubting things, or I must have said, I don't know if I can do this, or whatever. I don't know what it is. I don't remember what happened, but I literally stopped working on my website for weeks. And that's something you can't do as a side hustler. If you want to keep going, you have to keep going. So that slowed me down dramatically. And I know it was doubt. I mean, I know it was the thoughts of, God, I don't know if I have I don't know if I have the energy, and I don't know if I have the confidence to do this. Really don't. I was looking at an uphill battle. I really was. I still am. So I didn't really, and I told you I blew up my timeline, so I wasn't meeting my goals, and that was frustrating for me too, right? So to put all those pieces together, and things kind of came to a halt. And then the holidays came in and life got crazy. So things came to a halt, and it was during my break over the holidays that I said, either I'm doing this or I'm not doing this. And I've been wanting to do this for a really, really long time, over a decade. I've been trying to figure out how I can build my own business. And before break, literally had a conversation with Bob, and it's been building numerous conversations with fellow teammates Seth and Bob, and I finally just said, F it. I don't care anymore. I'm not going to worry about what's going to happen. I'm just going to do it. I'm just going to make things. I'm just going to try things. I'm just going to do it. So that was Jan 1, and here we are. 23 days fulfilled, working on day 24. And I'm recording these videos on a daily basis. I have yet to post anything to my True My Identity Facebook page, my True My Identity link, Twitter, Instagram, any of it. I've yet to do that. I've yet to send out a newsletter for True My Identity. I have yet to write a blog post for True My Identity. I have yet to actually create a solo video for just True My Identity, except for the intro that I did 6 months ago. So I have one video on my True My Identity YouTube channel. So I'm spending dollars on promoting True My Identity and sending people to my website, which I think is okay at this point. The reality is I should probably have about 300 to 400 products minimum to look legit. I have 48 right now, so the options are limited. And I have done nothing on all of my social channels to let people know that this is a legitimate business and we're doing stuff. And that, I think, is my biggest struggle right now, because I do not have the time, the knowledge, the dollars, the confidence to put all of those things together quickly and make them robust and accurate and strategic enough to make things happen for the business. And that is real side hustle in a nutshell. That is what it is. And on a positive note, because True My Identity makes things positive, that's how it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be hard, because if it wasn't, everybody would do it. So that is me telling me it's okay. This is how it's supposed to be. Keep grinding. Do it the way you need to do it, and stop getting down on it. This is the process. Follow the process. Make something happen every day. You will get to where you want to go. Just keep going. That's it, guys. I'm Luke with True Identity. Check out my YouTube channel. And I'm just going to keep grinding. You do the same. Have a good one.